best, not in the, I'm not elated right now, but at the same time, I know this game one. A lot has happened in the last days, and I think I'm just to figure out, trying to keep my mind and put pieces together. It's not easy, to be honest with you, because in this game, table anything can happen at the time, which is the beauty. But at the time, I'm just trying to be okay with it, taking it time and rush. But I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for the game. I'm grateful to still, have spent at Big Brother's house. But hey, Big Brother, right? I'm all right.
Since some
Mm-hmm.
to of housemates.
Yes, Big Brother. I'm still in shock, to be honest with you. I'm still numb with it. I'm still very confused. I'm still, I'm still in disbelief. I feel like is it a joke? Is this a mind? Is this something? I'm interested. Okay, this is how I look at it, Big Brother. I find it very with this fiction. I could understand that one, but at the same time, with the one that happened yesterday, every because every one of people left yesterday, I had a good relationship with all of them. It kind of, hit me different. I know last week the call rang and it was, I think, Dede and Joanna, were absent for a couple nights last week. So this week, I think apparently I was sitting down at the dining table. They were eating first, and I think the call rang, and I think we were both rushing to go pick up the call. And apparently, I just let her go pick up the call because that call could have also been me, to be honest with you, Big Brother. And I went to go pick, I allowed her to go pick up the call, and I think she picked Joanna, I guess, to return the favor that happened last week because Joanna also picked her as well. And when that happened, I just still was in shock. To be honest with you, Big Brother, I was like, when they told him to leave the house, I thought, okay, is people are trying to pull a one or two on us? Is this kind of like a way to just make it, shake the game a little bit? So I was like, okay. Then before Life of Fiction show, the call rang again, and what's it called? Drew Boy quickly rushed to go pick up the call, and the same thing was done to him. But I feel like the reason why it's emotional for me with Drew Boy is only because Drew Boy came in with so much energy. Drew Boy came into this house despite what has happened to him in the last couple of months. He was full of life. He was full of gratitude. He was a ray of sunshine in the house. He brought a lot of positivity in the house. And we did have good conversations on Saturday because we were both very jittery with predictions for Sunday. But at the same time, too, like I'm hoping this is a dream. If I'm being honest with you, but I'm hoping this feels like it's more like what's the word I'm going to use? I'm still in shock. I feel like there's something else that maybe might come across that might happen. I don't know. I'm hoping that this is not just the final lap. I saw the pictures taken away, but now the same way Sabrina's picture too was taken away too as well. But at the same time too, I'm in that space of like trying to be sure that I am still putting my head in the game because it's a game at the end of the day. I know feelings, it's normal to have feelings like this, especially being in the same space with a couple people for the longest, for over more than almost going to 2 months now, I guess. I'm not sure. But it's something where I feel very much, attached to a couple of people. Dede was also a wonderful person. We're getting, even if we had our back and forth, I know that she really wanted to be in this game. I know she did tell me that she wanted head of house. She had outfits she was going to wear throughout the whole week. Even that day that she left, she wore my shirt. She wanted to just, and it was so surprising. I found her very interesting because she really wanted to wear my clothes on yesterday, and that's the same day she left. And I just found it very, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a lot of emotions in the whole process and how this played out. And it's an interesting game, I'll be honest with you. The unexpected always happens in things like this. But I can't lie, big brother, you really took us by surprise. If this is really it, if this is really what has happened, if this is really how the game plays itself out, or how it's meant to be, I feel like it's quite an interesting one. But at the same time, for us in the house, or for me, because I'm speaking for myself, the people who left on Sunday were really very, all of them had a very special place in my heart, to be honest. Joanna was such a wonderful person. We both had our connections in ways that I could not explain. I knew her from time, and she was a ray of sunshine. Joanna is 21, and she had a lot of, life to give. She's been through so much, and she was a wonderful person. I know she always put her mind to everything she wanted to do. And Big Brother it's a mixed emotion for me. A very, very mixed emotion. And in times like this, where the house is, we're 16 now, I think, it feels very much scanty, which is so interesting. But at the same time, too, I know the game has to go on. We have to move ahead. We have to get to the final. And yeah, Big Brother, that's how I feel about this.
And if you had picked up the phone first, who would have left the house with you?
Honestly, um, I feel like, because I wouldn't know what the task would be, or if it would be elimination. But I would have picked Emisi, and that would have really broken her heart to pieces. Because I know she really wants this so much. Emisi would have not forgiven me at all for this. I don't think she would have. I feel like she would have really taken this not lightly with me. But at the end of the day, I didn't know myself too as well. But I think Emisi would have been the person that I would have picked. And I just can't imagine. I really can't fathom it in any way if it's something that she would ever forgive me for, because I know she really wants this so badly, as much as I do as well. But if that happened to her, I know she would have really been torn to pieces. Um, but I know that with Joanna and Dade's situation, because I know Dade was telling me something on Sunday that if I think she was going to say that would I accept if she wins head of house? But I didn't think. I just thought she was just saying it just to just mess with me. So like she was gonna pick me for that, but I didn't just imagine. So I know that in regards to she picking Joanna was in her own way of returning the favor to Dede and to Joanna too as well, because Joanna picked her too as well during the bare minimum week. But Emisi would have literally been the one I would have picked, because I would never have known what exactly would come with a phone call. And an interesting play, Big Brother, I must say. A very, very interesting one. I've been doing a lot of thinking in the last couple of hours yesterday, thinking of how this played out. It's an interesting game, Big Brother, I must say. The last week, the call was, it felt like a call. And this week, everyone called. It's so interesting, Big Brother, that I wrote that call thinking it's going to be a good one. And the fact that I stopped to let her go pick up the phone call, I just don't even know if it's, if it, I just find it very interesting. Very, very interesting. But I think God has reasons for everything. I think it's really getting to me more, to be honest with you. I don't know why. It's just that I know he really, really, really wanted this, we don't want this, but I just feel like, Rubo has just been through so much. I know he lost his mom a couple of months ago, and he's just been a ray sunshine. Like he's been so positive. I've never met someone in my life that would be so positive despite going through all of that and coming on a show and not playing the pity party card and just putting every he's putting in 100 in everything he puts, like everything he put himself into or whatever he puts his hands into, or 100% effort. And I do appreciate him for that. He doesn't know that he has given me the strength to push through certain situations, regardless